Aster Power Project version 12.02 has some additional features to improve our compatibility with other software planning tools. Most important of these, I think, is the ability to now import projects from Primavera SureTrack. You'll see here on the open dialog the addition of SureTrack project files. So whether you're importing projects stored in native Primavera SureTrack format and the DER file, or projects that have been backed up into an archive, you can open the STX file in Aster Power Project. So this is great for opening up Power Project to that sector of users that are looking to replace SureTrack and also need to perhaps bring some existing projects across with them. And when we try and open, I've got an STX file here, we're given a dialog box, so we're asked to specify the units of measurement for permanent resources and for costs. And another new feature when we import file formats from other software into Power Project is the option now to use a template. So we can see this here in our SureTrack import. You'd also find it if you try and import an XER file from Primavera or an XML file from Microsoft Project. You'll be given the option to use a template, and I'm going to use the construction template here. And when I click OK, that's going to open the STX file in Aster Power Project. Okay, so when we are doing an import, if the import identifies any items that cannot be brought across, that cannot be imported, a warning will appear. And this could happen for a couple of reasons when we're importing from SureTrack. For example, if a resource has actual values entered onto it but no progress value, then this isn't possible in Power Project. A resource has to be progressed in order to have an actual value. So in this case, the actual values would not come through on the task, but you'd get a warning to tell you this. Similarly, if a resource has progress against it but the task does not, in this case a reschedule in Aster Power Project would result in the task being progressed from the resource, but again a warning would alert the user of this. So there are some differences between the file formats from other software. Some information may be modified when you import, but full details of this are shown in the help menu, and it's always useful to look through the details shown in the help menu in terms of transferring data to and from other software, importing projects from Primavera SureTrack. Note that due to differences between file formats, some of the information may be modified, and there's a full detailed list here of file variations that it's worth familiarizing yourselves with. So the introduction of this feature is a great benefit to anyone who's looking to find a replacement for SureTrack, to consider Aster Power Project, and they can even transfer existing projects across. It would also be useful to anyone who works in Aster Power Project but are working with other parties who use other software systems. The final feature that helps when bringing project information across from other software systems, you'll see now that when you start new projects in Aster Power Project, we've added a couple of templates to the standard templates available. We've got a Microsoft Project template there and a P6 template, so that when you import projects from XER or XML formats, the interface and the presentation of the data may be more familiar to users from those systems. So if I just take an example of an XER file, and I'll choose the P6 templates. So it's still Aster Power Project. We've got our banded views there, and a presentation that may be a little bit more familiar, activity name instead of just name there, unique IDs on display. So an initial presentation that may be more familiar to users from Primavera.